Hello internet world, and welcome to a new video on the Geekanoids channel. I am hoping, fingers crossed, this time around I have solved the audio sync issues. I've been playing with the settings for a long time now. It's driving me crazy. For those of you who've been watching the journey over the past couple of weeks, you'll have seen that I've been struggling with audio sync issues, also with the live broadcast dropping in and out, and a whole host of different issues along with that. And it's been a very frustrating couple of weeks. I've been working, just to give you a bit of behind the scenes, I've been working for just over a week now with a couple of people from YouTube on the issue of lip sync after the video's processed, and we still haven't come to a solution with the lip sync issues at their end. But what I've been doing this end, system end, you can't see it's off screen at the moment, but if I just pull it into view for you so you can see it in the background here, this is the software I use for the live broadcasts, and I've basically been troubleshooting that for about 2 hours, and I've ended up downgrading it to a previous version. So hopefully, fingers crossed, this has now got good audio. My mouth moves in time to my voice. That's what I'm hoping for. And I thought, well, to test it, I'll use you as guinea pigs, and you can ask me some questions. So we'll turn this into a Q&A, ask me anything. And then at the end of the broadcast, if the lip sync is good, then those of you who have not tuned into the live broadcast will be able to watch it. And if not, then it's just a treat for those of you who've made the effort to come over to the actual live show, for want of a better terminology. So before we start the Q&A, I'm going to say a big hello to all of you in the live chat. Patrick Sullivan, thank you very much for tuning in. Also to Abub Acker 17, to Mark Lovegrove, to Business Gadgets Net, and also to Aaron Stoy. Hello to you, Aaron. Thank you for tuning in, Aaron. Also, before I take any questions, I just want to talk to you about this. I put a post out on Facebook and Twitter probably about 3-4 hours ago, something like that. I was doing some tidying up and sort of reorganising some boxes, and I found a box of these, just one box. So there's probably about, I would say, a dozen, maybe 15 at the very most, of this book. It's called My Mac is a Drug. It says there at the bottom the author name, which is actually Paul Camavoli. But if you spell that author name backwards, not a lot of people know this, it will give you a clue as into why it's got that as the author name. It was just a little joke on my part, and this is in fact the first book that I actually wrote myself. And it is my story and experience of sort of getting addicted to technology, primarily the Apple brand of technology. And it's my story about how it really did ruin a lot of things for me, and it was a very stressful time. There were highlights, of course, there were good times, but it was so frustrating looking back at how this became so addictive. And I put a post up, and I've actually left a link down in the video description. I've got these last few remaining copies. I'm not going to print any more, so it's never going to be printed again. And I will sign these as well. If anybody wants to pick up a copy, I'll sign it inside the front cover. And then you've got a very exclusive sort of limited run or limited edition book. And it's a good read anyway. I know I'm biased, but I think I'm really proud of what I put together there. And I'm only keeping sort of one for myself. I think my mum's got one. I think my brother's got one. I sold a few over the last couple of years. But there's only a few of these left. So if you do want to pick one up, check out the links down below. So here we go. Let's take a look in the live broadcast chat and see if we've got any questions. We've got a question here from a Bubka. How old are you? I am 21, and I always say you're only as young as you feel, and I feel amazing, and I'm enjoying life, enjoying making videos. I've been on YouTube for a long time now. For those of you who started watching from day one, you'll know that was back in 96, I think it was. So coming up to 12 years later in 2018, and I still love it equally as much as the very first day. We've also got a question here from Stephen O'Brien. Why the hell are desktops so expensive these days? I think if you're talking about Windows-based PCs, and it probably carries over into Macs as well, but primarily Windows-based PCs, graphics cards are so expensive. That's one of the main component costs now. Storage prices seem to have stabilised, and you're finding solid-state drives coming down in price. Memory went up really high. That seems to have stabilised now and is gradually coming down. So hopefully over the next sort of 6 to 12 months you might see desktop prices falling a little bit, but that would sort of be my explanation as to why they're so high. RPG Andy Gaming, thank you very much for tuning in. Looking good. So we're good on the audio. I'm really holding up high hopes for this broadcast being the return of good audio in the live broadcast. It's been a very frustrating couple of weeks trying to sort it out. Hello to I am MB and to Peter R126 and to David James, who's coming with a comment. Hi Dave, first time I've been able to tune in live for a while. I've been at work every time you've been broadcasting live. I apologise for that. I try and mix it up a little bit. It is mainly very early morning that I live broadcast. Sometimes I do middays, and then you've got 4 PM on Mondays, 4 PM GMT on Mondays, and also 4 PM GMT on Saturdays. So they're the two later broadcasts where I do the question of the day on Mondays, and then on the Saturday I do a what a week. So looking back at sort of what's happened over the past week. So they're the later live broadcasts, but really good to see you. Hello also to Sumyu Nath, thank you for tuning in, and Britex09. RPG Andy Gaming, hi Dave, bit of an odd one, but could you review some tech for bikes? Oh wow, that's a really difficult thing for me to do. I used to cycle a lot, but going back, was it about 5-6 years ago, I had some health issues and had an operation, and it sort of makes it difficult for me to cycle. So I did, in the sort of the previous sort of time when I did cycle, I did cover a few bits of bike technology, a couple of bike lights and things like that, but I really sort of stopped doing it because I stopped cycling. I would love to do it, but I wouldn't be able to do the products justice. So I think the best you're going to get out of me in that sort of genre is not motorbikes but motor cars. I'm going to be doing some coverage of some cars coming up in the future on the Geekanoids channel. So car and car tech, yes, but bike tech, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but it probably won't happen. A Bubcast says, I'm on each of your live streams. Yes, I recognise that you are. Thank you very, very much. And Sumyu saying it's 8:28 PM in Bangladesh. Raymond Moore, how do you stay healthy, Dave, amid your busy schedules? Well, yeah, I am very busy. Apart from doing the YouTube videos, I also run a commercial video business, so that keeps me extremely busy with recording and editing when I'm not doing live broadcasts and when I'm not doing videos for the Geekanoids channel and when I'm not working with brands. So I have got a busy schedule, and I tend to work from sort of 6:30 AM through to currently probably about 7:30, 8:30 PM. The way I actually sort of keep fit and keep happy and sort of energetic in what I'm doing, and believe me, I have had my low points as well. I talk about that in my mental health awareness videos. But the way I sort of keep energetic is to take plenty of breaks. So I will take a break mid-morning, and I will take a proper lunch break. So I'll come away from the screen, come away from social media and take a proper lunch break. And then in the afternoon, I'll get some fresh air and take a walk. And this helps me. My Fitbit gives me the encouragement to get up every hour and do some steps, and also to take that walk. And then in the evening, I'll take a walk normally as well. And then weekends, I do still do broadcasts, and I do still do a little bit of work at weekends, but that's primarily family time, and I'll get out and about and do a lot of walking at the weekends, either whilst I'm doing chores or an intentional sort of outing to take in some views and sort of enjoy my surroundings. So that's sort of how I do it. I don't eat too badly. I have got a bit of a craving for chocolate, but I tend to keep that to a minimum. I eat loads of vegetables. I do eat meat and fish as well, but I eat loads of vegetables, and I drink plenty as well. Lots of water, lots of green tea, no caffeine. Always on when I have a regular cup of tea, it's decaffeinated, and that's sort of what works for me. So everything in moderation, I think, is the advice I normally give people. Great question though, Raymond. Modern Luxury Channel. I must check your channel out. Please do tweet me a link to your channel at Geekanoids, because I really want to check that out. What new hardware do you think we'll see at WWDC 2018? I think because WWDC is a worldwide developers conference, and it's primarily going to be software, as we all know. So it's going to be things like Mac OS and iOS 12 and watchOS. I think the only things we're likely to see is possibly, and this is only a very possibly, a very sort of wish list for me, put it that way, and I don't think we'll see too much, but I hope we see refreshed MacBook Pros, and we may well see a new Apple Watch, but that's just me guessing. My wish list, what I really wish for, is details of the new Mac Pro, which we're going to see next year, and of course I do hope we see new really powerful, because it's been a while, but new powerful MacBook Pros as well, because I use my MacBook Pro all the time. It's sitting on the desk here, serving up the comments and questions, and I just really hope that we see that. James Baker, why do you think so many flagship phones are skipping wireless charging? Yeah, it's strange, isn't it? I've had a lot of people say that to me, actually, especially with the likes of the OnePlus 6. They went for a glass back, which would have meant that they could have enabled wireless charging, and they chose not to. You still get really fast charging with their dash charger. And then the Honor 10, again, a glass-backed phone, but no wireless charging. So it is very strange. It seemed to be all of the Android phones had wireless charging, and the people in the Apple camp were saying, the iPhone hasn't got wireless charging, do it Apple, do it. And then Apple did it, and with the iPhone 10, 8 and 8 Plus we got wireless charging, and now Android aren't putting that at the top of their feature list. So very strange. I've got no reason why. I haven't got a clue. The cost of enabling it is going to be very minimal. I certainly wish they would. Sumyu Nath, a BMW 3 Series will cost around $30,000 or $300,000 in Bangladesh. Wow, that is expensive. I think you were watching my video the other day where I talked about my car that's coming in very soon, which is a BMW 3 Series, and my future car, which I've already started planning for. Yep, I know it's sad, changing cars very soon and already planning for the next one, but I'm actually saving for a Porsche, and I'm very excited. I didn't know they were so expensive though in Bangladesh. Wow. A Boopcar, what do you think of the Huawei P8 Lite? I think it's a very nice looking smartphone, great features and great value for money as well, well worth checking out. I am MB daily driver phone, my current daily driver, primarily because it's new in, but also because I did intend to switch from the OnePlus 5T to the OnePlus 6, is the OnePlus 6. I do still have an iPhone 8 Plus, and I use that for a lot of client videos as well. But OnePlus 6 is currently in my pocket. And Ryan actually comes in with a very good question to follow up from that. Will you keep the OnePlus 6? Now, if you haven't seen my OnePlus 6 review, then do check it out on the channel. I've changed up the way I'm doing smartphone reviews. I hope you like the new format. And I'm really not covering specifications. I'm just talking about the things that really matter. And you know why I did that? Because I got so fed up with seeing the same videos time and time again. And I was guilty of doing it as well. You know, I put my hands up. I would go through all of the specifications, and my reviews ended up sounding the same as everyone else's. So I thought, no, that's not what people want to see. People can find out the specifications either from another video or just by going to the manufacturer's website. So I changed up my reviews recently on the smartphones, and I just cover things like, is the screen good? Is the battery good? Is it laggy? Does it feel good in the hand? What's the build quality like? Is it good value for money? And something that's really important to a lot of people is the camera a good performer? Does it record good video and take good photos? So I just cover the main things that people are concerned about when buying a smartphone. I did that with the OnePlus 6. So in answer to your question, would I be keeping it? It's sort of 70-30 yes at the moment. And the problems I've got, I did show this in my review, so please do check it out. The problems I've got is the screen. The off-axis colour shift is not good at all. I have reached out to OnePlus, so we are going to try and find a solution for it, but I'm not sure they'll find a solution that will satisfy me. And also that notch is still distracting for me. I don't know why all these manufacturers are doing notches. I really don't. Ryan says you seemed a little disappointed with it. Yeah, I am. I genuinely am a little disappointed. I had high hopes for it. I really did, but it's not 100% certain yet. I'll update you in a future video. Sumyu Naf says, if Apple releases a new iPad, will you buy that? Well, I've only just recently done the 2018 iPad, so I don't think I will. I don't think I will buy the new one. And we've also got here, RPG Andy Gaming, how do YouTubers retire? I assume they just announce it in a video and then just stop making videos. But certainly for me, I'm sort of really, I wouldn't say addicted, but I just thoroughly enjoy the whole process. Both the creativity process, the testing of the products, the handling and sort of the privilege really of being able to handle new technology. And I've built up so much knowledge over the years, I think I can give a very fair and honest opinion of any new tech that comes into Geekanoids. And that's what keeps me doing it. I'm sure YouTubers in other genres of videos have their own reasons for continuing doing it. I just thoroughly enjoy it, so I don't see that happening anytime soon with myself anyway. Have we got any more questions? Sumyu Nas says that the reason that the BMW 3 Series is so expensive is because they have to pay 8 times more in taxes for cars. Wow, that is bad. That is very, very bad. Tech News, best laptop under £700. I would take a look at the new Dell G3 or G5 range. I'm not sure if the G7 range comes in under that price point, but definitely look at those two. They offer up really good performance for the money, and Dell have really stepped up their game with regards to their screen quality as well in the latest generation. So I'd check out the Dell G3 and G5, or the G7 if your budget actually goes that far. Alex Michael, do you consider NFC important in buying a cell phone? Not really. I don't think I've ever really used it apart from for testing something. But no, not really. I always if I'm connecting to a speaker that's got NFC on it, I tend to just go into the settings and not even think about tapping the phone. So no, I don't. It's not important to me, so I don't think it's an important technology. Tech Droids, hey Dave, can you give me a shout out to my channel? Big shout out to you, Tech Droids. Thank you very much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. David James, do you recommend the Surface devices such as the Surface Book 2 or the Surface Pro? As I'm an Apple fan, I'm intrigued, but the whole reason I switched to Mac was because of Windows in 2011. As hardware, so as a good piece of hardware, they are really good. I've experienced both of them. The build quality of the hardware is fantastic. And over the years, certainly since 2011, Windows has got a lot better. But me personally, I still find it frustrating to use. So I don't think I'd switch back to Windows yet. But that's not to say that won't happen in the future. But I'm still happy with Mac OS myself. But as hardware devices, very hard to beat. Very, very hard to beat. Let's see if we've got any other questions in here. Tech News. Thanks, I'll check out those laptops. Is YouTube your full-time job, and do you make more money than your last job? YouTube takes up a lot of my time, but I wouldn't say it's my full-time job. I'd say that my full-time job is in content creation, so I don't regard YouTube as the only platform I make money on. I make money on YouTube, of course. I make money from my website. I make money from Instagram, Twitter, from Facebook on very rare occasions, and I make money doing media campaigns for companies and also in video production. I do a lot of videos. I would say in 2017, just trying to think, 2017 I probably did about 40 to 50 videos that didn't appear on YouTube. In fact, probably more than that, probably nearer to 60 videos that didn't appear on the YouTube platform. And I did those just for clients to use for their own means. So they may well have put them on Amazon. They may well have used them on Facebook. They used them in their sort of media campaigns. They use them internally for training. And they use them maybe for marketing when they're actually visiting people doing sales. So I did a lot that didn't appear on YouTube. And I also do affiliate marketing as well. And my advice to you is that don't concentrate just on one platform. You know, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Time wise though, I think YouTube, if you're looking at time, YouTube probably takes up around about 50%, maybe 40 to 50% of my working hours. Yeah, probably round about that. So really good question though, excellent question. If I am missing any of your questions, please feel free to post them again. Businessgadgets.net. When are the next room tours will be coming on your channel, editing room and the studio? Very good question. I was sort of in two minds whether to do them again. I know they're of great interest, especially the production gear, not so much the studio, because what you see in the studio is just me sitting presenting a video, and not a lot really changes there. There's a little bit of maybe redecoration, or definitely there was redecoration recently. But the actual content of the room really stays the same. So I might not do another studio tour unless I get a lot of requests for it, but I'll definitely do an editing room tour, because this kit and equipment in the editing room changes quite frequently. So you can definitely expect to see a new one. Timescale for it will probably be the latter part of 2018. We've also got question here. This scrolling so quickly. Raymond Moore, what is your current camera gear, Dave? Well, if I just cover off what I use for YouTube, that'd probably be easier, because my production cameras for the commercial videos are somewhat different. There's a little bit of crossover sometimes, but for these live broadcasts I use a Sony AX53. It's a video camera plugged into the main, so it doesn't run out of battery. That's connected via HDMI to an Elgato cam link, and that's what enables the software on my computer to see this video camera as though it was a webcam. And then the audio is the Rode NT USB. The other camera that I use a lot, if I just come around here, is this. This is the Fuji X-H1. It's got the Fujifilm X series lens on it, the XF zoom, and I think it's 16 to 55mm zoom. This is a gorgeous camera, and in fact, if I just look at my schedule, I think it's early next week you will see a 4K video montage created with this camera, just to show you the capability. But that's the main camera gear that I use on YouTube at the moment. We've also got Gorab asking my impressions on the OnePlus 6. I'm not going to cover my impressions here. I did my OnePlus 6 review. In fact, I'll grab you a link to it. I did that very recently, and I'll post that for you. If you follow me on Geekanoids, then I will post a link for you on Geekanoids. Actually, it's easier than doing it in the chat here. But do check that out. Actually, let me see if I can do it here. Let's see if I can give you this link to the OnePlus video. Here we go, OnePlus 6 review. Because I spent a lot of time recording this video for the OnePlus 6, so I think if you want my opinion on it, then I would definitely check out this particular link. Let me put it in the chat. I'm sure it'll post fine in the chat. There you go, there's that link for you. So please do check that out. Tech News, thank you very much for the nice comment. I really do appreciate it. Favourite UK tech YouTuber, apart from me, of course. Very, very funny. That's really cool. Very, very good. RPG Andy Gaming, YouTube is so amazing because you get nothing for free these days, but you get great videos like these for free. That is such a cool comment as well. You're making me blush. That is really good. Aaron Stoy, do you subscribe to any of the car YouTubers channels? If so, which ones? Oh wow, I've got to remember the names of them. There's one that's like Through the Glass, Seen Through the Glass or something. I can't remember the exact name of the channel. Shmee 150 I subscribe to, and a few others like that. But yeah, probably about, I would say about a dozen channels that I subscribe to, and I really do enjoy them. I really do enjoy the cars that they cover. So envious of some of the high performance cars. It's unbelievable, some of them. Sumunaf, do you think mirrorless cameras are killing DSLRs? I wouldn't say killing, but certainly they are giving a great deal of performance and really good performance when it comes to actual video capture that DSLRs are lagging behind. But photographers, I think, will still keep on buying DSLRs. The main advantage of going mirrorless, of course, is the weight saving, because smaller packages, smaller lenses, a really good option if you want to sort of cut down on your kit. And I think that's pretty much it. I really do think that's it. I think I'm going to wrap things up, because this was really just an impromptu live broadcast that turned into a really awesome Q&A. But I wanted to test whether the software was stable and whether in fact we're back to having the lip sync correct, which I think we are. I certainly hope we are. So thank you to everyone. Thank you to all of you for taking the time out of your day and tuning in. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate each and every one of you, and your support is just amazing. All of the comments during the live broadcast, all of the comments afterwards, all of the tweets you send me are just really, really great. So thank you so much. So thanks for watching. Hit like on this video. If you're watching after the live broadcast, drop me a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. There's a new tech video pretty much every single day. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.